Once upon a time, in a forest filled with tall trees and sparkling streams, there lived a little robin named Ruby. Ruby was known throughout the forest for her bright red feathers and her cheerful song. Every morning, she would perch on a high branch and sing a melody so sweet that all the animals in the forest would stop what they were doing just to listen. The squirrels would pause their scurrying, the rabbits would stop nibbling on the grass, and even the wind seemed to slow its rustling through the leaves to hear Ruby's song. Ruby's song brought the forest to life, and it was said that her tune could lift even the gloomiest of spirits. She sang with joy in her heart, her voice filling the air like a gentle breeze, making everyone who heard it feel a little brighter inside. But one day, something strange happened. As Ruby woke up and flew to her favorite branch, she noticed the forest was unusually quiet. The squirrels weren't scampering through the leaves, the rabbits weren't hopping around, and even the breeze seemed to have stilled. Ruby tilted her head, puzzled. What could be wrong, she wondered. The stillness made her feel uneasy, as if the forest had lost its rhythm. Determined to find out, Ruby flew down from her branch and made her way through the forest, calling out to her friends. "Hello, is anyone there?" she chirped, but no one answered. The silence felt heavy, and Ruby's heart began to worry for her friends. As Ruby fluttered past the big oak tree, she finally spotted someone. It was Benny the bear, sitting sadly by the stream, his usual happy expression replaced with a frown. Benny, the kind-hearted bear, was always the life of the forest, so seeing him downcast made Ruby even more concerned. She quickly flew over and perched on a rock next to him. "Benny, what's wrong?" Ruby asked, her voice full of concern. Benny sighed, a deep, long sigh that echoed in the stillness of the forest. "Oh, Ruby, it's terrible. All the berries are gone. I was so excited for my berry breakfast, but when I went to the berry bushes, there were none left." Ruby felt sad for her friend. Benny loved his berries, and it was one of his favorite things to eat, especially in the morning when the dew still glistened on them. "That does sound like a problem," Ruby said. "But don't worry, Benny. I'll help you find some berries." With that, Ruby spread her wings and flew through the forest, searching high and low for berries. She checked the usual bushes, but they were all empty. The bushes that used to be brimming with bright red berries were bare, their branches drooping sadly. Ruby's heart sank a little, but she didn't give up. Just as she was about to lose hope, she spotted something in the distance. A small patch of bright red berries, hidden beneath a large fern. Ruby chirped happily and flew over, picking a few with her beak, careful not to disturb the fern too much. When she returned to Benny, his face lit up with joy. "Thank you, Ruby," he said, gobbling the berries with delight. "You're the best." Benny's smile warmed Ruby's heart, but her work wasn't done. As she flew back through the forest, she noticed more of her friends seemed to be in trouble. There was Sally the squirrel, who was frantically searching for her acorns. Sally looked frazzled, her little paws digging through the leaves. "Oh no, Ruby," Sally squeaked. "I can't find my acorn stash anywhere. I buried them for the winter, but now they're gone." Ruby thought for a moment, remembering that Sally often hid her acorns near the roots of the willow tree. "I'll help you find them, Sally," Ruby chirped. Together they searched the base of the willow tree, and sure enough, tucked beneath the roots were Sally's acorns. Ruby carefully pointed them out with her beak, and Sally's face lit up. "Thank you, Ruby," Sally squealed in delight, gathering her acorns into her tiny paws. As Ruby continued her journey through the forest, she came across Timmy the tortoise, who was stuck in a muddy puddle. His little legs were moving slowly, trying to free himself, but he just couldn't get out. "Oh dear," Timmy groaned. "I'm stuck, and I can't get out." Ruby fluttered around, thinking of how to help her slow-moving friend. With her small but clever wings, she grabbed some sturdy leaves and placed them on the ground near Timmy. "Here, Timmy, step on these to get out," Ruby suggested. Slowly but surely, Timmy crawled onto the leaves and freed himself from the mud. "Thank you, Ruby," Timmy said, his voice slow and calm. "You're always so kind." By the time the sun was setting, Ruby was tired but happy. She had spent the whole day helping her friends, and now the forest was filled with joy once more. Benny was full of berries, Sally had found her acorns, and Timmy was safely out of the mud. Ruby flew back to her favourite branch and looked out over the forest. As the stars began to twinkle in the sky, she felt proud of what she had done. She realized that kindness didn't just make others happy, it made her heart feel warm and full too. The forest, which had been so quiet in the morning, was now alive with the gentle sounds of the night, crickets chirping, leaves rustling, and the soft calls of owls in the distance. That night, Ruby sang her sweet song once again, her voice floating through the forest, reminding everyone of the power of kindness. The animals of the forest listened, their hearts filled with peace as they drifted off to sleep. And Ruby knew deep down that tomorrow would bring another day of helping her friends. From that day on, Ruby continued to help her friends whenever they needed it. She flew from one end of the forest to the other, always ready to lend a helping wing. And every night, as the forest grew quiet and peaceful, she would sing her sweet song, knowing that kindness was the most beautiful melody of all.